Number 10, Oregon. Of course, still limitations offensively due to ineptitude along the offensive line, but what they did on the road at UCLA was pretty impressive. They handled a team that was equal physically. Moving forward, Ducks still with a tough schedule, but they remain a contender for now. Number 9, Kansas State. They've kind of slipped off the national radar since that close loss at home to an Auburn team they outplayed. Off a bye week now, they go into Norman, Oklahoma. Even though talent-wise the Sooners have the edge, as usual in this game, Kansas State has the significant coaching edge. We'll see how it plays out Saturday. Number 8, Alabama. Despite the talent, this is a team with clear deficiencies along the offensive line and really throughout the majority of the offense, period. It starts at the quarterback position. There's ineptitude there that will cost them again down the line if they don't get it taken care of. Defense will keep Alabama in games, but it cannot overcome the offensive and special teams woes that the Tide have suffered so far. Number 7, Florida State. Reminds me a lot of Auburn before last week. They're thought highly of because they haven't faced a team built to expose their flaws. And really, if you look at Florida State's schedule, the only team maybe equipped to do it that the Noles will face in the regular season is Notre Dame. That game happens this weekend. See me after Saturday. Notre Dame at number 6. I ignore the North Carolina outcome. It was a sandwich game in between Stanford and a trip to Tallahassee to face the Seminoles. This week, they are a double-digit underdog. I don't believe man for man they're double digits worse than Florida State. They'll give the Seminoles a real run this Saturday. Number 5, Michigan State. After the loss to Oregon, of course, they fall off the national radar a little bit as well. It's a very consistent team, though, that keeps on keeping on. They don't have as many marquee games playing in the Big Ten as you do maybe in the SEC or the Big 12. They've got to take advantage of the Ohio State game coming up in a few weeks. Number 4, Oklahoma. This is a team that a couple of weeks back everyone said had no flaws. I never bought into it, but at the end of the day, every team in America has a flaw. And so with that in mind, Oklahoma's flaws are easier to overcome and more correctable, especially with the talent that they have, than other teams. Number 3, Auburn. And I don't drop the Tigers that much because I don't see any other teams out there that would have gone into Starkville, Mississippi and won Saturday either. Yes, like I've said before, Auburn has flaws, and yes, Mississippi State was built to expose them. But I ask, before I drop them behind the likes of Michigan State and Notre Dame, are those teams built to expose them? I don't think so. One loss means nothing. Auburn's still right in the national championship picture. Number 2, Ole Miss. The win at Texas A&M last Saturday was more impressive to me than the win against Alabama the week prior. It showed maturity, it showed focus, it showed leadership, it showed a lot of things that Ole Miss has now that they've never had in the past. Number 1, Mississippi State. We already had them there a week ago. They proved their merit once again against Auburn. What they've done against LSU, A&M, and Auburn now speaks for itself. Moving forward, as we've said, a lot of senior leadership on this team. I don't think there's a letdown coming with State. If you get this team, you'll have to get them on the road.